This actor's road to stardom has been laced with tragedy, triumph, and trepidation. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're discussing how Joaquin Phoenix got famous. Phoenix is not only among the most prolific actors in the business, but also one of the most private. Although the three-time Oscar nominee is something of a closed book, his secrecy is clearly rooted in his troubled childhood. Upon leaving an abusive cult known as the Children of God, his family changed their surname from Bottom to Phoenix, signifying a fresh start for them.
When we go someplace, we get to meet other people, but then you have to say goodbye to them.
Joaquin also began going by Leaf at this point, which he felt fit better with the names of his four full siblings: River, Rain, Liberty, and Summer. The Phoenix children put food on the table by performing music and other talent acts on the streets. In true rags-to-riches fashion, the family was discovered by agent Iris Burton, who quickly found work for the young teens. Joaquin, or Leaf, hit the commercial scene and made his TV debut alongside eldest brother River on an episode of 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Following a couple of minor roles in films like Kids Don't Tell and Space Camp, Phoenix landed his first starring roles as military brat Danny in Ruskies and Steve Martin's developing nephew in Parenthood.
Nobody moves if the kid dies.
Phoenix subsequently took a sabbatical from acting for almost 6 years, during which time he traveled across Mexico and South America with his father. Of course, there was also a much darker factor that contributed to his lengthy hiatus. Although Joaquin had a respectable career by the late 80s, River seemed like the sibling destined for superstardom.
Get the hell off the tracks, Ted! You want to get yourself killed?
Just like the beach in Normandy.
River was one of the most sought-after child stars of the era, appearing in films like Explorers and Stand By Me. As he matured into a teen idol, River received an Oscar nomination for his supporting performance in Running on Empty and played a young Indiana Jones, all before turning 20.
Holy smokes!
Like James Dean and Heath Ledger, though, River was an actor we lost far too soon. On October 31st, 1993, the 23-year-old died from combined drug intoxication of cocaine and heroin. Joaquin, who had turned 19 only 3 days earlier, called 911 as his brother overdosed, but it was too late. Soon, you couldn't turn on the news without hearing Joaquin's 911 call being replayed, which only amplified his anxiety and desire to stay out of the limelight. Phoenix turned over a new leaf in 1995, changing his name back to Joaquin and starring alongside Nicole Kidman in To Die For.
When I'm not with you, I'm not alive. Listen, Meadow, you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
He kept raising his profile with smaller films like U-Turn and Clay Pigeons, but Joaquin was still widely viewed as River's little brother.
Well, that's not the way it looked to me.
2000 proved to be the breakthrough year for the younger Phoenix, as he starred in Quills and the Best Picture-winning Gladiator.
I will give the people the vision of Rome and they'll love me for it.
Phoenix received his first Academy Award nomination for playing the villainous Commodus. His ascension into the mainstream continued with Signs, Brother Bear, The Village, and Ladder 49, all of which grossed over $100 million globally. His spot-on turn as Johnny Cash earned Phoenix another Oscar nomination, as well as a Golden Globe and a Grammy.
How you doing, John?
Phoenix's dedication to the role fed into his alcoholism, however, motivating him to check into rehab in 2005. At the peak of Phoenix's popularity, the actor started to go off track, both literally and figuratively. In 2006, brake failure caused Phoenix to flip his car over. Disoriented after the crash, Phoenix nearly lit a cigarette as the gasoline leaked, but he was fortunately rescued by German filmmaker Werner Herzog. 2 years later, Phoenix shocked audiences when he announced Two Lovers would mark his retirement from acting. He only sparked more confusion with an appearance on David Letterman, leaving us all wondering what had happened to the man behind the beard and sunglasses.
Joaquin, I'm sorry you couldn't be here tonight.
He's funny, you're funny. He's a funny dude.
Phoenix returned to Letterman in 2010, where he announced his bizarre behavior and transition into hip-hop was part of the mockumentary I'm Still Here, which was directed by future Oscar winner Casey Affleck and co-written by both Affleck and Phoenix.
I think you do have some potential. It just depends on how far you want to take it, you know what I'm saying?
To this date, people still have different outlooks on this chapter in Phoenix's career.
I got $1 million in the bank account. What do you got, bitch? You lost in distance?
Was this a committed piece of performance art? An inspired practical joke? An actor spiraling out of control? Or all of the above? In any case, it made Phoenix an easy target for satire. Nobody was laughing in 2012, however, after his harrowing performance in The Master, directed by cinematic auteur Paul Thomas Anderson. As Freddie Quell, Phoenix played a disturbed war veteran who's drawn to a cult. While many saw the film as an allegory for Scientology, the cult just as easily could have represented the children of God.
Free yourself from your ailments,
Free yourself from your ailments.
Take control of your life, sir.
This made The Master Phoenix's most personal project in years, resulting in his third Oscar nomination. And to think, Phoenix had dissed the Academy Awards in the midst of award season. While Phoenix had made a major comeback, he abstained from returning to the blockbusters that made him a household name. Instead, he focused on ambitious, lower-budget projects like Her, Inherent Vice, and You Were Never Really Here. As different as all those roles were, they all shared a common thread. Most of the roles Phoenix took were lost souls searching for a higher purpose, be it a reason to live, a shot at redemption, or somebody to love. Speaking of which, Phoenix found love in her co-star Rooney Mara. Since they began dating in 2016, the two have reunited in films like Mary Magdalene and Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot.
It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wait, you really think it's funny? You sure?
Yeah.
With one acclaimed performance after another, Phoenix has been compared to the likes of Marlon Brando and other legendary method actors. Having gained a reputation for indie pictures, people were taken by surprise when it was announced that Phoenix would be starring in a standalone Joker movie.
You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
Comic book movies may be everywhere nowadays, but Phoenix felt he could create something endearing if the film was approached as a character study with a modest budget. It would appear that that is exactly what Phoenix and director Todd Phillips have achieved. Joker earned remarkable reviews coming out of the Venice International Film Festival, where it won the coveted Golden Lion. Phoenix has gone through a mainstream phase and an art house phase, but Joker may be where both intersect. Phoenix's career has had its ups and downs, which is to be expected for anyone in entertainment. Unlike most actors, though, Phoenix's low points aren't necessarily due to the quality of his movies. While he's been in a couple of critical duds, few have been outright panned by critics, and it's hard to unearth a bad performance in his filmography. Phoenix tends to exit the stage whenever the spotlight is shining too bright, whether it's due to a personal matter or the need to experiment. This is an actor who appears disinterested in being famous, but his passion for performing can only keep him away from his craft for so long. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Stepping in and out of the public eye, Phoenix remains one of the industry's most enigmatic talents. At times, the tortured characters Phoenix plays reflect his tragic upbringing and difficult life. Other times, Phoenix can actually come off as down-to-earth and self-aware, like he's playing a joke on his audience. We never quite know what's going through Phoenix's head, which is exactly what makes him such an exciting actor to watch. No matter what the world throws at him, Joaquin always rises from the ashes. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.